Hey there, this is Marissa with Marissa Moments. So, welcome to another episode of Oracle Tuesdays, Tarot Tuesdays, however you want to look at it. But I will be using my personally made Marissa Moments Oracle deck. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and speed up the shuffle, but just know, trust, and believe. Take everything that resonates and leave everything else to the wayside. If you're here, if you're listening to this message, odds are good it's probably for you or maybe someone that you're close to. So listen up. And before I get started, Apple. If you want to know more about that, go find the video with the apple. Here we go. Whoa. Okay, before I list out all of the cards, just flew out of the deck. Like this whole group just jumped out of the deck. I don't know. I mean, it's not tons and tons, but is a good amount. So let's go on ahead and see what I actually pulled. So I was just recording all this and I thought I was recording, but it wasn't recording. So here we go. Take two. Anyway, so what I pulled was Challenge the Damage, and all of these cards just came out in one little cluster, right? We have Kindness is Free. Don't forget to spread it around. We have in reverse, Don't make yourself the sacrificial lamb. Also in reverse, Take care of yourself. So we got to figure out what Spirit means by those. Stop speaking to the past. It has nothing new to say. It's time for a new approach. And then for bottom of the deck energy, we have your love is expansive. You express it daily. So let's get into it and figure out what Spirit is even talking about. What's the message here, right? Okay, let me see. Okay, so straight out of the gate, challenge the damage. Like what I received behind this, whenever I pull this card, and right now specifically, I received that all of your toxic traits that you are like blatantly aware of is what I receive. And no, I'm not reading, I'm reading. All of these toxic traits that you have, and you know you have these toxic traits, like when you talk ish, when you judge, when you put yourself down, all of these different things. And when you kind of get in your own way and tell yourself that you are unable to accomplish certain things, yeah, you need to start challenging those mindsets, right? And then what I receive, okay, so kindness is free. Don't forget to spread it around. I feel like these go hand in hand, right? So challenge the damage, because one thing that Spirit is kind of calling to my attention right now is that you have a tendency to put yourself down, right? That's part of your toxic training. That's part of your toxic traits. Whenever you do the smallest things, have the most minor inconvenience, you're ready to shut down the club, right? You're ready to call in the fire squad and say, let's wrap it up. But what I hear is it's because you've trained yourself to be so hard on yourself, right? And when it comes down to kindness is free, because what I receive is that you're really kind to other people, right? I mean, you have your moments, let's just be honest with ourselves. It's just us, we family, we can be honest. But what I receive is that you have a tendency more so than not to be kind to other people. But then when it comes to yourself, you like beat yourself up. Like what I hear is down goes Frazier, right? Oh, okay. And that's a whole word in itself. So if that resonates, that's definitely for you. But what I receive is that you need to start being kinder to yourself. Okay, Spirit. So that's why this card is in reverse. Don't make yourself the sacrificial lamb, because in your mind, you are that sacrificial lamb. And that is your role that you have grown accustomed to. Now, let me get a little bit more clarity. Hold on. I got to pause for a second and breathe this one in because I don't want to waste time. Okay, so yeah, that's basically what it is. So what Spirit is saying, okay, don't make yourself the sacrificial lamb, but in reverse. What Spirit is saying is that that's all you see. That's why it's in reverse, because this to you is your truth. That's why you can be so kind to everyone else but yourself, because in your mind, it's like, what I see is somebody just, okay, I got cut off because I ran out of space in my phone. But anyway, I don't know where that cut off. But what I see is somebody kind of like breathing out, exhaling in a deep sigh type of way, because that's all you see yourself as being. You are the sacrificial lamb. It's not about making yourself that. How you receive it is that I am the sacrificial lamb. Like, I'm not making myself out to be anything. That's who I am. But what Spirit is saying is that you have to even kind of, like, Spirit is showing me like a card going like continuously spinning, right? It's on spinners, man. It's on spinners. But what Spirit is saying is that you got to get outside of that, because I feel like all of this is very much connected to how you see yourself. This reading is about you. It's about how you see yourself, how you receive yourself, and how you put yourself out there towards others in the world. And what I receive is that this is about a deep healing that is needed. What I received is that, I don't know if I can say what I received is that so many times, but what I hear is that you are in the midst of your healing and you're aware that this is necessary. However, there are certain aspects of you that you kind of keep sectioned off, where you're like, I'm going to heal all of this over here, but this right here is going to stay. This is who I am. This is what I am. This is everything. But what Spirit is saying, you need to shine a light on that section and challenge that damage. You need to be kind to yourself. You need to understand that sacrificial lamb mentality, whether you feel like you're just portraying it just to kind of receive that acknowledgement, or if you feel like you are the actual embodiment of it, you need to get outside of that. You need to spin that notion all the way, shine a light on it, and get beyond it. And then what I receive is, okay, so it says, take care of yourself, but in reverse. Now, this doesn't, to me, what it does not mean is that you need to just let yourself go, right? You need to just be like, whatever, I'm gonna take care of everybody else. No, because that's what I receive is the way that you have been existing. The way that I receive this is that you need to, the notion of taking care of yourself, what you currently do to take care of yourself, you need to even challenge that. Because what I hear is that that's not sufficient. It's not getting you to a space of elevation. It's not making you feel better about yourself. It's no longer living up to the standards by which you created those, what I hear is like habits or rituals, even more so, whether it be like a cleansing routine, whether it be shopping, whether it be going to school, whatever it is, it's no longer serving that same purpose of the reason why you put it in place in the first place. So what you need to do is revisit it. Get back to the origination of why you started to do it, and then tweak it. Tweak it, because we don't always have to go into keep the same patterns and habits. Just because it worked then doesn't mean it's still going to work now. You have to continue to evolve. And I think that's why Spirit kept showing me the card like spinning, because it's a continual process. It's a continuous evolution. And then Spirit is saying, stop speaking to the past. It has nothing new to say. And that's even more so kind of piggybacking on that previous notion of stop trying to carry everything that you used to do, what used to spark joy, what used to get you up in the morning, what used to bring on your motivation, those same things. Even what I hear is like your diet, right? Eating the same things. Like you used to enjoy it, but now it's just become habitual. It's just become something that you do. So, what am I going to have for dinner? I'm going to have chicken and vegetables. I'm going to have chicken and vegetables. And then you tell yourself, well, I season it different, but it's still chicken and vegetables. So what I hear is like, that those past habits, the things that used to work for you, are no longer to be carried into this new season. I mean, we're coming up on a new year now. Now, this has nothing to do with the new year, because every single day you exist on this earth is a new year, new you, right? It's an evolution. It's a opportunity for growth, change, learning, ascension, right? But I'm getting away from the message here. But Spirit wants you to get out of those old patterns, view them, and then shift them to what works for you here and now. And then, bam, listen, I'm speaking, I'm not paying attention to what the upcoming card is. I know I listed that out earlier, but I'm focusing on the card at hand. But Spirit is like, listen, it's time for a new approach. Like, you can't get any more direct than that. Spirit is very direct with you, because what I receive is that you're very stubborn. Like, I get it. I'm stubborn too. So I get in my old ways and be like, I like it, so I'm going to keep it and whatever. And regardless of whether it still fits, and yes, I could be talking about clothes, I could be talking about a hairstyle, the way I carry myself, speak, all of those things. And now I feel like I'm being attacked by spirit. But all of those things, we have to continuously be mindful of the patterns that we are creating for ourselves in our lives, and continuously be willing to revisit in order to expand. Because otherwise we start to shrink ourselves once again into these patterns that used to work for us but aren't working anymore. And then the bottom of the deck card, 2 actually came up. Oh, okay, Spirit. Your love is expansive. You express it daily. So you are a very loving, caring person. I think I mentioned earlier, as far as the kindness that you give, you exude all of this greatness, great energy, great is what I hear. But then Spirit just hit me with some hard tea right here. Y'all see this? You are not your parents. Ooh, okay. Listen, Spirit is being very direct here. That's why you need to shift all of these things, because you're breaking generational curses. You're breaking free from generational patterns, toxic traits, all of these things. So you need to stop revisiting, because what I receive is like, if you do or say the smallest thing that reminds you of your parents, you're like, oh God, I'm turning into my parents. Here we go. And then you kind of go on that slide like a playground, right? You're like, wee, like nobody stops mid slide. Like, at least not most people. They don't stop mid slide and be like, you know what? I'm gonna go back, or I'm gonna jump off the side. Some people do, most people don't. But what I receive is like, get off that slide, because you are not your parents. Okay, it's time to challenge all of those old notions, all of the patterns and habits and rituals that you have created for yourself. Visit them, be mindful, and establish whether or not they are still working for you, or whether you need to actually shift things. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Because it's time for a new approach. And I think that's it. So thanks for watching. Tomato, and bye.